All right. Pretty sure we're live. Just want to test the mic works. All right. There we go. Good to go. What is good, everyone? Sorry for being a little late. Today was a little bit crazy. Started off super early, like normal. Last night, well, I guess it starts from last night. Watched Across the Spider Verse. Very good movie. I actually did fall asleep a little bit, not because it was boring or anything like that. Just because I was super tired from the night before. I only got 2 hours of sleep. So it is what it is. But really good movie. Definitely recommend it. Spider Man Across the Spider Verse. I saw Into the Spider Verse on Monday, and then yesterday I saw Across the Spider Verse. So very good. Recommend everyone watching it. But anyway, back pretty late from that. So unfortunately didn't hit the gym this morning. So I had to go after work. But after work, I had a haircut. So if you can see, got the fresh cut. But I worked out and then I came straight here. So here I am. And I tried to prepare a little bit, and this stream's tonight's probably gonna be a little bit shorter, but hope everyone enjoys. And like I said, anyone out there watching this, or even later on when you see the recorded version on YouTube, feel free to drop a comment, drop it in the chat. If you have any questions throughout the night, I'll be answering them. So tonight's topic: the art of workout splits, and kind of the reasoning behind workout splits. I guess if people aren't very familiar with gym terminology, it's kind of like the program. It could be a program. Most of the time, I guess I call it a program. A workout split is kind of the program you follow when you're working out during the week. So, are you working out 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, 6 times a week, 7 times a week? What days are you training what body parts? Like how many reps are you going to do? What are the range of motion of those reps? The speed of those reps? How much weight you're going to do? Are you focusing on strength? Are you focusing on hypertrophy and feeling the pump? All of these things that I've just said go into workout splits, and it just depends on a few different factors, which I'll go over. So that's kind of the general sense of what a workout split is, or programming. So typically people will hop on a certain workout split or program to achieve a certain goal. A lot of people are wanting to lose fat, build muscle, so they'll do a certain workout and follow that consistently. I'd say anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. I know there's some programs that are longer than that, anywhere from 12 to 14 weeks even. So that's kind of the gist of what workout splits are, kind of the criteria for it. All right, what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish physique wise, strength wise? Are you wanting to lose fat? Are you wanting to gain weight, gain muscle? If you're kind of like an ectomorph like me, who's a very hard gainer, I can't gain weight or muscle very hard. It's crazy. It's anytime I go on vacation, a lot of times I actually lose weight when I go on vacation. Normally it's the opposite for most people because they go out, they eat like unhealthy food and stuff like that, and they'll gain 5 pounds or something over a week long vacation or even a weekend vacation. Me on the other hand, it's I typically I'll eat the good stuff. I will have dessert and all of the stuff that tastes sweet and good and savory, but I just won't eat as much just because I'm probably eating bigger meals as I'm going out. So I'll probably eat 3 meals, maybe 2 meals a day. And because of that, my calories aren't necessarily as much as I would normally eat, and I lose weight. And like another point of that is if I'm not working out, I try to work out every kind of anywhere I go. Usually, most hotels have small gyms and weights and stuff, or even do a little body weight exercises in the morning for 15-20 minutes. But maybe I'm also losing muscle, so that could be a possibility as well. And as we all know, lean muscle weighs a lot more than fat. Like in if you look at like a 5 pound thing of lean muscle, it's like super compact, super small in volume, whereas a 5 pounds of fat is a lot bigger. It covers a lot of space. So, yeah, it just depends on your goals. So, for me, for example, when I was cutting during the summer up to September, I was really focusing on maintaining my strength while losing fat and getting more shredded. So thus I did work a lot of hypertrophy, and then I would throw in some high strength exercises and focus on low reps at certain points just to maintain my strength, not just always doing 15 reps per set type of a thing and building up the muscle. And when I was bulking, I was focusing on strength. So that programming from September to end of the year, so for several months, I was going to focus on lower amounts of reps. So I probably stuck between 8 or less reps per set, and I would focus a lot on the compound lifts. So making sure my core strength was there for those compound lifts, because I was eating a lot. I was eating over towards the end of my bulk was like 4,000 calories, and I kind of ramped up to that. I didn't immediately just start eating 4,000 calories, but I ramped up to it, and I focus on strength, low reps, moving as much weight as possible, and maybe a little bit less on the volume side and overall. So focusing on the amount of weight I'm pushing versus how much, and slow rest times. Instead of waiting normally like a minute or 30 seconds in between sets, I'll be waiting 2 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes, just because I'm really wanting to maximize my strength and practice that movement in the most efficient way I can. So that was when I was bulking. And then now I cut down a little bit. I cut down to like 12, 15 pounds. So I'm like 185, 188, usually flex around there right now. But right now I am trying to actually increase my strength while maintaining kind of my leanness. So I don't know exactly what body percentage I am at the moment, but probably around like 15%. I want to keep my leanness, but I want to increase my strength. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I am focusing, I'm actually trying this cool workout split that I'll talk about later. But that's currently what I'm doing. For all of y'all out there who are wanting specific goals, it's all dependent on that. So it's not like a one size fits all. I know people generally like to be like, oh, for the average person, just do this. It's all dependent on your goals. Are you overweight, trying to lose weight? Are you underweight, trying to gain weight, trying to gain muscle? Are you skinny fat, just trying to get a little bit more lean? Are you trying to get a six pack? It is just all dependent on what your goals are. So that's number one. What are your goals? Number two is, what is your lifestyle like? Just because obviously some people might not be as obsessed with the gym as, say, maybe me or some professional athlete or some fitness influencer or something like that. So you might not be able to go to the gym 5-6 times a week, or maybe not want to or not willing to. So the important thing is to be able to be consistent in whatever you're doing, just because I think it is obviously better to consistently go to the gym 3 days a week versus sporadically go to the gym 5 days a week. Maybe you'll miss a week or two here or there. I'd rather much have you be even going two times a week consistently every single week, rather than I'm going to the gym 5 times a week. I do that for a couple of weeks, then I don't go to the gym for another 3 or 4 weeks. Like, that doesn't work. Consistency is the key. So what is your lifestyle like? Are you working like a manual labor job where you might not have as much energy? You might be expending a lot more calories than the average like person sitting in an office in a chair all day. So do you have kids? Like, what times are you able to go to the gym? What's your energy levels like? So kind of a lifestyle. That way you can morph your workouts to what fits you best, but also can get you to your goals. Because there's kind of a trade-off. You can complement your life a little bit better. It might fit a little easier. You might feel a little bit better, but you might not be reaching your goals or working towards reaching your goals as much. And then vice versa. So you could sacrifice a little bit more in your normal life in order to then go and accomplish your goal. So just depending on what you want. So those are the two criteria. Like, all right, what are your goals? And then what's your lifestyle like? How can you fit a consistent workout program into your lifestyle and be consistent? So that's the two criteria for like why people have workout splits, why people follow programming for those two things. And those are the two key like questions to ask. Now, like I said, I'd say for the average person, granted, I'm not a certified personal trainer or anything like that. I'm just a guy who has worked out for consistently for the past 5 years and has yielded pretty good results. So this is not professional advice, I guess, disclaimer. But for the average person, let's just say it's like what's it? It's like Hamza always has this. What's this guy's name? Put it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Hamza, Jeffrey, that's what it's called. That he uses his like everyday Joe, kind of like the guy doesn't really not doing really well in life but wants to improve. So this guy Jeffrey, he starts off as a Jeffrey. He's just kind of an average guy. He's probably a little bit overweight, working a mediocre job. But I'm not going to focus on the external stuff. I'm just going to focus on physique and fitness for right now. So Jeffrey, your average Jeffrey. You're probably, like I said, a little overweight. You go to the gym every once in a while. You might be a little bit intimidated by the gym from all the meatheads and gym bros that are there, all the girls and their bike shorts and yoga pants that are filming themselves, and you get caught looking at them, and you're like, I'm caught. You got me. I'm going viral now. I'm gonna get canceled or something like that. But I'm speaking. Say you're the average person. And a lot of people are like that. They don't really go to the gym. Maybe they go over once in a while. They probably have a gym membership, but don't really use it. So what a really good solution, and it's actually I'll go into a study, full body workouts. I'm going to talk about that. It's actually really great. So for person, you go 2-3 times a week. You can do a full body workout. Be there 45 minutes to an hour, and it work wonders for you. Just because you're in that stage, you haven't really been going to the gym, you can get what we call newbie gains really fast, and it lasts a good amount of time as well, just because your body isn't used to that. And that's the whole gist, and that's why I'll release in my men's value tip a little bit later this week. But changing up workouts, and I'll talk about that a little bit at the end. But because you're new to the gym, your body's going to react to the workouts you're doing a lot differently than, say, me. That's why it's funny, one of my friends, he always gives me crap about like, why are you always changing your workouts? Why are you changing it every like 4, 6, 8 weeks type of a thing? It's just because like my body gets used to it. And that's just what happens. So if you're an average Jeffrey out there, full body workout is great for you. And I guess this is a great segue into like explaining what a full body workout is. There's kind of 4 main core workout splits or programs that one can follow, and then there's a couple other ones that are a little off ball, little specific, just depending on, like I said, goals for the main part. So I guess I'll start off with the full body one, just because I recommended that for the average person. The benefits to it are you only have to go 2 to 3 times a week. So for the average person, you can probably go to the gym 2-3 times a week, every single week, and not really interfere with your life. Think about it. That's like an hour. It's like 2 hours, 15 minutes to 3 hours a week. Like even to like an hour and a half if you're just doing 2 times a week. And that works perfectly. That way it gives you enough ample time to rest, just because if you haven't really been going to the gym, then you're going to lift for the first time. You're going to be so sore. Like you'll be sore for a week, something like that. So that way it gives your body to recover, which is really important in the muscle building and getting in shape sphere. So allows time you can work out. So for example, typical split, full body workout split, I kind of think of calendar wise. I think of during the week, not including weekends. So during your weekdays, that way you don't have to sacrifice your weekends. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Perfect. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you go to the gym. Or if you do 2 times a week, you can do, let's just say, Monday, Thursday, or you can do Tuesday, Friday. That way it gives you ample time to rest between your workouts, and you don't have to be constantly going to the gym wasting not I don't think it's wasting time. That way you don't have to spend as much time investing into your body. So that's the full body workout. And what that consists of, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a full body workout. So you're doing upper body, lower body, core, you're doing all of that. And you might think, Mike, that's really hard to do all of that stuff in within 45 minutes to an hour. I'm probably going to have to be at the gym for like at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to kind of get all that stuff in. If you're kind of a person like me, I get you. If I were doing a full body workout, only going 2 to 3 times a week, I'd probably be at the gym 2 hours as well. But for the average person, what I say is focus on the compound lifts. And what I mean by compound lifts, and maybe if you're not confident to do like a bench press yet or a squat, there's machines you can use that mimic that exact thing. So some sort of push press where you're laying down on a bench or an incline. You can do dumbbells as well. You can do barbell. You can do a machine. There's lots of different variations. But some sort of push where it works out your upper body, main muscles, chest, back, your arms. But if you're a newbie, you probably don't have to. If you're Jeffrey out there, you probably don't have to at least focus on your arms right now because those compound lifts will really work out your arms as well, and your legs. I kind of put legs all together, but I guess the main muscles are your glutes, your quads, and your hamstrings. Those are the main part of your legs. So if you just focus on exercises that do that, for example, an example would be I start off with some chest presses. All right, that way I'm working out my chest, and then next I'm going to do some legs. I'll do some, I'll do some push presses, leg press. That's what I meant. I'll do some leg presses, and then next I want to work out some of my back. So I'm going to do some bent over rows, with some dumbbells, dumbbell bent over rows. Do some of that, and then say you do, let's just say 3 to 4 sets of those workouts. Already just doing 3 exercises, you're probably around 30-45 minutes, depending how long your breaks are in between sets. Maybe you can finish out your workout with another leg workout. You can do some lunges, or you could do some leg extensions or your leg curls. I love both of them. I love them all. So that would be a basic workout. Start off with some sort of chest press. Then you can do leg press. Then you can do bent over rows. And then you could do some leg extensions or leg curls on the machine. So that's a basic workout. And you can structure it. You want to do 4 compound lifts. You can do 5. You can do 3, depending on how many sets and how many reps and your rest in between. So as you can see, just from this one simple example, there's a lot of factors and levers you can pull to essentially diversify your workout and kind of work out different things. You can do different exercises. You can do more exercises. You can do less exercises, but spend more time on those exercises. You can change the amount of reps. You can change the amount of sets. You can change how fast you're doing those reps. Are you doing it normally? Or are you doing it paused? Or are you focusing on the eccentric? Or are you focusing on the pushing the upward motion of it? So there's a lot of levers you can pull to adjust your workouts, and that's why I find it kind of fascinating. And I always switch stuff up. I'm curious on what it's going to do with my body, how it looks, and how it performs. I'm talking about strength wise. So for average Jeffrey's full body workout. Now, that's one of the kind of 4 core workouts that everyone knows. The other ones are upper, lower, which actually I am doing that currently. I'm doing a little bit of variation, which I'll get to after I finish the 4 core workout split. So upper, lower. Like I said, a lot of these are very self-explanatory. One day you train upper body, the next day you train lower body. And typically this split is a 4-day split. So full body workouts, typically 2 to 3 day split. Upper, lower, typically a 4-day split. Maybe you can throw in some cardio if you want to make it 5 days, or some auxiliary exercises. You can make 5 days or 6 days. So day one, let's just say Monday, do some upper body. So I'm doing my bench presses, I'm doing my lat pull downs, I'm doing my bent over rows, dumbbell, barbell, whatever. I'm doing my incline press. I'm doing my shoulder press. I'm doing my lateral raises. You're working out your upper body. And then the next day, so on Tuesday, I'll do my lower body. I'm doing my squats. I'm doing my leg presses. I'm doing my leg extensions. I'm doing my leg curls. I'm doing my calf raises. I'm doing my lunges. I'm doing my. You can even throw deadlifts in there. I'm doing my deadlifts. And then you can take a day off, and then you can do 2 more days, and you can structure that however you want. Whether you want to take a rest day on Monday, then you do Tuesday, Wednesday, rest day, then Thursday, Friday. And yeah, there you go. That's upper lower, and then push pull legs. This is the PPL. This is the I'd probably say one of the more common ones. This one and the bro split, which we'll talk about after, are probably the most common ones that people use. But push pull legs, exactly what it is. Push exercises. Imagine just anything you're doing a pushing motion. So chest press, bench press, incline press, shoulder press, military press, any type of pressing motion. That's what you're focusing on. And it's typically your chest, your triceps, your shoulders, your delts, all of that. And then pull. So the next day you'd focus on pull exercises, anything you're pulling motion. So a lot of your back, a lot of your biceps, um, even some of your delts, your rear delts or something like that. Pull. Then legs is legs. So think of all your leg exercises. You incorporate that into that day. So this is typically a 6-day split. So I like to work out 6 days a week. So I really like this workout program, push pull legs. So I'm kind of crazy. I usually start Monday with legs just because start of the week, you got to hit it hard. Some people hate legs. A lot of people skip legs. Don't skip legs. Don't be that guy. Don't be a Jeffrey with small legs and you're skipping it. But start with legs, and then I'll do push pull, and then legs push pull. Actually, I did it, and you can tweak it too. Like I do legs typically first workout, first day of the week, and then instead of push, I actually did pull. So I did legs pull push. So I just did the opposite, legs pull push, and I actually really like that a lot. That made me really like pull exercise, pull day. I love pull day now. So that's push pull legs. All right, that last one is it's either called the 5-day split, or you can do a 6-day split, commonly known as the bro split, or the individual muscle split. So that basically means you're working out just focusing on one core muscle group every single day for your workout. So say typical of this would be, all right, let's just say I always start with my legs. Typically legs get lumped together. I'm not sure why. You can split it out between quads and hamstrings and calves, but typically for a lot of your leg compound lifts, you're incorporating all of those. So let's just say my first day, I'll do some legs. I typically like to do legs twice a week. So let's focus on quads on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I'll do chest, work on my chest. And then Wednesday, I'll focus on my back, work on my back. Thursday, I'll go back to a leg exercise because I had some days off from my legs. I'll focus on hamstrings and calves. And then Friday, I'll finish off with some arm workout, or I'll do some core. That way, you're kind of hitting one main muscle group every single day. And you can even throw in like cardio in there, or you can even have abs one day, or you can do abs and calves together, or you can even have a separate arm day, which I typically do. So on Saturday, if I'm doing a 6-day bro split, I throw in arms, biceps, triceps, and forearms as well. So that's your bro split, or your 5-day a week split. And like I said, lots of levers you can pull. You can kind of combine them. You can take away depending on what works for you, what you're trying to accomplish, strength, physique, wise. It's cool to kind of come up with the different combinations. You can work out with. All right, so those are your four main workout splits. So upper lower, push pull legs, full body, bro split, 5 day split. All right. Now, some other ones I actually thought were really interesting that I did a little bit of research on was uh, these ones called full and fat or pull and pat. I don't know necessarily how they pronounce them. It might even be just PHUL. But these two stand for power, hypertrophy, upper lower, which is that's actually what I'm doing right now. I just started it this week, so we'll see how it goes. But I thought it was really interesting. So it's basically an upper lower workout split, but for half the time you're working on power. So you're typically working on building your strength, lower reps, more weight on the bar, and you're doing upper lower day of that. And then the next kind of half of the upper lower that you're doing the other 2 days, you're focusing on hypertrophy. So you're not focusing as much on the weight, the mass you're moving, you're focusing on the volume, the amount of sets and reps you're doing, maybe probably a little bit lighter weight. So that way you kind of get the best of both worlds. So I'm interested, really curious on how my body responds to that. Like I said, right now I'm kind of want to increase my strength and maintain like my physique and maybe even potentially grow bigger. So increase strength, increase hypertrophy at the same time, muscle mass, then I mean, we'll see how it works out. So far, I just finished. I didn't unfortunately go to the gym. Did I go to the gym? I did not go Monday, but Tuesday, uh, I I did upper power, and then today I did lower power. So I'm kind of doing a different rendition. So this upper lower is typically a 4 day split. I'll probably do 5 or 6 days just because I enjoy going to the gym pretty much every day. So I'll do upper lower, and then in between those, I'll do a like what I call auxiliary muscles. So or accessory muscles. So abs, calves, and then arms. I'll probably throw in as well. So I'll do. I didn't go Monday, so I did upper power, or Tuesday I did upper power. Today I did lower power. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna do accessory muscles. So I'll do abs, calves, arms. And then on tomorrow's Thursday, Friday I'm gonna do upper hypertrophy, and then Saturday I'll do lower hypertrophy. So we're gonna see how that goes. I'm really interested. And then the next one is PHAT, is the acronym PHAT. So power hypertrophy adapted training. So it's very similar, except it's not an upper lower split. It's more push pull legs. So upper power, lower power. That's actually a combination of upper, lower, push pull legs. So it looks like it's like upper power, lower power, pull hypertrophy, legs hypertrophy, push hypertrophy. So 5 days a week. First day upper power, second day lower power, third day pull hypertrophy, fourth day leg hypertrophy, fifth day push hypertrophy. So that's really interesting. I've never seen those workouts before, so I'm interested to give them a shot and kind of, or I guess, review per se, and then let you guys know how it went. Sorry. So those are the other kind of different workout splits. And like I said, you can make a million different program splits. I love these guys called Mind Pump. They're on YouTube. I'll put their channel in the description. And actually, I'll kind of commentate on one of their videos, a short clip of what they shared about changing routines and making sure your body doesn't adapt. But there's a lot of levers you can pull on how many days a week, what exercises you're doing, how many reps you're doing, the pace of the reps, the speed of the reps, the amount of time between resting, between sets. There's a lot of levers you can pull, and you can really customize it to what you want to accomplish, your lifestyle, what you're comfortable with, and how you kind of want to grow. I will say there is benefits, and everyone should switch their workouts every once in a while. If you're a normal average Jeffrey who's just starting off, you probably don't have to change your workouts for several months at the very least, just because you're going to get those newbie gains. But if you've been going to the gym 1, 2, 3, 4, 5+ years, especially 10+, if you're an expert, you kind of see what your body responds to, and then you go and kind of move accordingly. Maybe try out some stuff every once in a while. But for the experienced lifter and experienced gym goer, I would recommend you would follow a workout split or workout plan or workout program 6 to 8 weeks, and then maybe even 4 weeks, depending on what the program is, and then switch it, and then go to something else. So maybe you're focusing a little bit more power, a little bit more strength for 5-6 weeks, and then you're gonna go to something a little bit more with hypertrophy, or you're gonna kind of build your way. Maybe you're kind of working on a little bit of both. You're in between. You're balancing power and hypertrophy right now, and then you slowly build up to lowering the reps, increasing the weight as the weeks go on. Then you can eventually end at a kind of a strength focus program and workout split. So I'd recommend changing 6 to 8 weeks. I know Mind Pump in the video I'm going to show the like 12 to 14 weeks. It just all depends, and depends on how long the workout is or how long the workout program is. And there's a lot of factors. So there's actually this workout study. So I was really curious because there's always a debate. It's like this workout split's better. This workout split's better. One of my friends, he loves push-pull legs, but he's like, I swear by it. I haven't changed that for the past year, 2 years. I'm like, cool, that's great. If it works for you, if you're consistent, that's great. But eventually you do reach plateaus, and your body gets used to different stuff. It adapts to different stuff. And if you just kind of do the same thing over and over again, you don't really reap the same benefits. You plateau either physique-wise or you'll plateau strength-wise. And I've definitely seen it in him. So, and I've seen it in myself if I do a workout program for too long and not switching anything up. So this workout study did kind of like a comparison of full body workout versus, I believe, a 5-day or split workout routine. So actually, not that one. I always have to remember to change that tab. All right, here we go. So National Library of Medicine. So this is actual study. So they did a study with 67 untrained subjects. So these are newbie people. So to keep that in mind. But how they increase in strength and how their muscle buildup changes depending on what kind of workout they did. So they split those subjects. Half of them were doing full body workout routine, and then half of them were doing the split workout routine. And they measured at the beginning and also at the after the experiment was over, maximal strength and muscle thickness were assessed at baseline after 8 weeks of training. So the results were here. Significant main effect of time was observed for maximal strength in the bench press. So kind of the exercise they did to measure the maximal strength is 1 rep max for bench, squat. I can't remember if there was another exercise, but I may possibly deadlift as well. And then for muscle thickness, they actually did an ultrasound and went deep into see how their muscles actually grew in size over time with this resistance training. So they did that, and what they found, the kind of conclusion here is they both had very similar effects, pretty much the same. So there kind of settles the debate. Is one workout better than another? Everyone's different. Everyone responds differently. So if you take kind of like an average of everyone, then it doesn't really matter. One's not going to necessarily be the best for the average person. But like I said, we're talking about an average scale. So there might be workouts, and that's the benefit of trying new workouts out, workout splits, and seeing how your body reacts. It's a lot of trial and error, per se, and what works out for you and how your body responds to different stuff. So for some people, they respond super well to a push-pull legs, and there's other people that might respond really well to a bro split, and they might really like it because they like the results they get from it. So all dependent on the person, very individual, goals, lifestyle. So that is the kind of study. Like I said, I'll put this in the description. I'm not going to kind of go through like the ins and outs of it. And it has their whole workout routine and what they did. And like I said, the conclusion was split workout routine and full body routine promoted similar gains in muscle strength and thickness in upper and lower limbs. These findings suggest both training strategies are equally effective in enhancing muscular adaptation in untrained individuals during early phase of resistance training, 8 weeks. So like I said, this was a study that people weren't really working out. Your average Jeffrey out there that's just starting to work out doesn't consistently go to the gym or work out. So for the average person, it doesn't really matter. That's why I say don't really worry about changing up your workouts as often as someone who's experienced, just because it's not going to really, you're going to get those newbie gains and it's all going to be the same. I would love to see a study, and I didn't really dive super deep into the research, and maybe they had a study of more experienced people. So it'd be interesting to see a study where they did focus on more experienced people. So that's the study, put in the description. And like I said, I really love Mind Pump, big promoter and big advocate of what they do and kind of the stuff they preach. Now, they are certified personal trainers, so none of them are medical doctors, but I'll show a little clip on what they're doing. And I'll add some commentary just so I don't get, I guess, what the copyrighted striker
is from Alice in M. Changes in their
right,
in MAPS
so
anabolic case.
It looks like one person was asking a question
for a couple of years and still see changes in their body and strength.
Okay, so the way that
So basically, she is talking about, all right, I have this program and I really like it. Could I just like do that same program for a super long period of time, year or two, and still get benefit from it? And this is kind of their response to it.
MAPS programs are designed, and MAPS Anabolic being one of the more popular ones. It was the first one that was designed. They are designed to prevent the plateaus that stop progress in your body.
So like I said, these are the plateaus I'm talking about. If you're a more experienced lifter, if you do the same workout every single time and don't change your programming at all, then your body is just kind of going to get used to it, you know? And the more your body gets used to it, it's not going to respond as well. It's like, I mean, maybe this is a bad example, but the more, like, if you just eat candy all day, like, the taste and the satisfaction of the candy, your body's not going to want it more. The reason why people really crave sweets is because they're not eating that all the time. So whenever they do taste it, it tastes so good and their body responds to that.
So if you start lifting weights right now and you're doing a semi-good job, you don't have to do a perfect job, you do a semi-good job and you're relatively consistent, right away, initially, for the first month or two, you're going to see consistent progress.
These are the newbie gains I'm talking about.
People who are experienced in lifting call this the newbie gains because it's novel, your body's just responding. But if you stay and do the same stuff over and over, very soon, things stop. The body just stops progressing. Now, MAPS Anabolic.
And then he's going to talk about their different programs, and it's really cool. I've actually never done one of their programs before. I might, but I like I said, I like kind of like doing my own thing. So we'll see. But he said exactly what I've been preaching, and they preach it, and I heard it from them, and I agree with it. I believe in it. If you don't really switch things up, your body plateaus. And their programming, it's actually really cool. They'll program like their first program for someone who's relatively new to the gym. And I'll go back to the main camera now. But someone who's relatively new to the gym and get those newbie gains. And then as the weeks go on, you progress you finish that program for the allotted time it's meant to be used for, and then you move on to a different program, and then you kind of make your progression up. And of course, the more experience you get, you might have different goals. You might be, I want to be more of I hate to say a CrossFitter for everyone who wants to do that. Focus on endurance training and stuff like that. And then there's people like, I want to be more of a bodybuilder. I'm going to focus on hypertrophy and muscle building and muscle mass. And then there's people that might be, I want to do more of like powerlifting, so I'm going to focus on that. And there's other people, I want to do more strongman and pure strength for certain exercises and lifts. So they might focus on that. And the cool thing is everyone can benefit from every kind of workout. So they're a big proponent. I'm a big proponent. That's why I do a lot of strength stuff. I do a lot of not necessarily bodybuilding stuff, but like I'd say more of hypertrophy workouts and routines. And then, yeah, I think there's the best of both worlds. Typically, it's very polarizing. It's very different. It's like, oh, I'm only going to focus on strength, or I'm only going to focus on hypertrophy. I'm never going to go below 12 reps. I'm never going to go above 5 or 6 reps. There's a lot of polarizing people out there and pushing polarizing content, but everyone can benefit from different things. So bodybuilders should train like powerlifters every once in a while. Powerlifters should train like bodybuilders every once in a while. Hate to say it, maybe even train like CrossFitters every once in a while. That way your body never gets used to your workouts, and you can reach the max potential for performance as well as the max potential for your physique or whatever your goals are. So I'll kind of wrap up with there. Like I said, a little bit shorter live. Ironically, I still go 45 minutes. I can talk about this stuff all day. So if you guys are wanting me to go in a little bit more specifics when it comes to workouts or certain exercises, on my fitness account, Buff Asian, I try to highlight underrated exercises that maybe you've either never heard of before or you rarely do, just because they are super beneficial. I always love trying new workouts out, how my body responds to them, how the pump feels, how it can increase my strength. For example, I focused on legs today, focus on strength, low reps, high weight. And I've done this in probably years. I might have never ever done it, but I did some pin squats, which essentially is a normal squat. You start off, you unrack the barbell from the holders, and then you go down, do a squat, and you go back up. That's 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps, and then you continue for however many reps you want to do. But the pin squat is you're actually starting off in the squatted position. So I wish I had a picture. Actually, let me look up a picture for you right now. And I think these are awesome, just because I rarely do them, but I think they're super beneficial. Maybe that's not all right. So this is a pin squat. It might be a little bit hard to see here, but look right here. He has the safety bars held up right there. So that way you focus on, you start not at the top when your legs are extended and then you go down and press up. You actually start in the middle of the rep, or a normal squat rep. So you're starting out in the squatting position and then you're just pushing up. So you're not really focusing on the downward movement, you're focusing on the upward movement, which it's just like the pin press, bench press, pin bench press I did for my not my week men's value tip, but my underrated exercise series that I'm doing on my fitness page, Buff Asian. But you start off in a disadvantaged position. That way it requires more strength and more utilization of your muscles to push that weight up, because you're not having momentum. Because let's, for example, you're doing a squat, you go down, you have the momentum from going down to push back up. So you're using the force you're going down with, you push it straight into the ground, and then allows you to push the weight up a little bit easier. When you're in this disadvantaged position, you start off in the squat, you have no momentum. So it makes inherently the squats and the movement a lot more difficult. So works on different muscles. I'm doing it because it's power. I'm focusing on my strength, and that's actually a really great way to increase your max on a squat or your max on a bench, because that's typically, people really don't have much of a problem going down with the rep, and then even maybe getting it up off the parallel of a squat, let's per se, but people struggle with then extending their legs and locking their legs out at the top of the rep. So this really helps and trains you for exactly that, practicing that final lockout of the position. So people do this with deadlifts, people do this with squats, with benches, and it's very beneficial. So that is an example of kind of underrated exercise I've been doing. So check that out. I'm going to leave it at this. If anyone has any questions, drop it down in the description, the comments. I'll put the links in the description to the video I just shared, as well as the workout study I did too. So wish you all a good night. I'm starving. I ate my typical lunch, little snack, some beef jerky and the protein bar. So it is currently almost 9:30. So I'm starving. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go chill for the rest of the night and back at it tomorrow morning. So as with everything, trying to help you guys get stronger, smarter, healthier, and wealthier. So go ahead, follow for more streams, follow for more tips, and stay classy.